And ask,
So
got it.
we'll have to edit it. I like the part. But we were talking about the dating him. So
Yes.
I figure like and this is probably partly my fault, that if someone tells you that they're not in like the dating season or they're not
Mhm.
dating,
Mhm.
why entertain conversations? Why ask this person what their type is? Why ask this person what they like to do? Why engage? Like, I had to respect, his name is Monty, right? Where the
Mm.
guy was like, Brittany was trying to, quarterback
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When we met him, he was like, honestly, I didn't call or text because I'm not dating right now. I can
And
respect that.
I respect that he said that, and he didn't like slightly entertain to kind of give you breadcrumbs, and knowing that he was not in his dating season, and I respect that. So it just comes down to when a guy tells you he's not, wanting to date you, but then he's also trying to date you at the same time. You have to make a decision if this is something you want to entertain, or you trying to shenan. You trying to shenan?
I'm always here for a good shenan. You know
I
that.
mean, a shenan could be, fun sometimes if that's the season that you're in, if you're willing to shenan. But if you're not willing to shenan, then go ahead
I
and cut that
just,
person off, because that person's not going to be able to give you what you want, which ultimately you're looking to date. You're dating with intention. But like I said,
and
that also we have to ask questions like, what does dating mean to you? Because everybody has for some odd reason, everybody has different definitions of things. And I have to flat out ask, just like how I was saying, like when you ask a guy, is he single? And he say yes, I follow up with, is there someone out there that believes they're in a relationship with you? Because it gets tricky. It gets real tricky. And they will tell half truths. And you just have to reword the question differently. Because he might not be in a relationship with that person, but that person believes that they're in a relationship together. So you have to ask questions.
but the fact that we have to follow up and say, does anyone think they're in a relationship with you? Basically, you've given someone false hope. I just feel like if I'm not trying to date
It
someone,
shouldn't
I'm
be that difficult. You're right. Like I agree. Like it should not be that difficult. It's either you date somebody you like, and you guys have the same interests, and if you guys don't, you let it go. If you guys don't have the same intentions when it comes to dating or not dating or whatever you guys decide to do, cut the person off. What's the point of hanging on? But that's why I was saying, like, some people like to shenan, and that's fine if that's what you're into, but don't expect it to be something more when this person already told you in the beginning, I'm not looking to date, or I'm not interested in dating.
but it's kind of hard not to see it as more when they're doing everything that implies more.
Yeah. But then they throw in your face that we're not even together if you were to say, like, we're dating.
I honestly think this guy, and I hope he never watches this episode, but I honestly think he was trying to humble me.
And let's talk about that, because I want you to define, what do you mean by humble you?
So, Britt, you know your friend. I pops my shit. I
Yeah.
think I am her at every turn. But what I will say is I may toot my own horn and pop my shit, but I don't dim anyone else's light. I don't say, oh my God, I'm the flyest in the room,
Or I
or
look better than that person. Yeah.
never do that. But I
Yeah.
do big up myself because I mean, come on, it's kind of hard not to.
I mean, you
But
are
I do
that.
big up
I'll
myself
give you that.
because the world. Are you losing earrings over there?
Yes, I am losing earrings over here. They were flying out. I'm a hoop girly, so my earrings like to fly out sometimes.
So I pop my shit and I toot my own horn. That's at work. That's at the morning workouts. That's every aspect of my life because I've been the shit my entire life. And I'm proud of who I am. And I feel like him and the rest of the world want to tell you who you are. And they want to kind of dumb it down. Hold on, hold on. I'm doing a podcast episode and you're interrupting. Look, look, look.
Okay, just look like that.
Oh, I like those. Those are
Oh, those are
cute.
cute. Is that your sister?
Yeah.
Oh, those are cute.
All right, girl, I'll call you back. Yeah. Bye. So I feel like the world tries to tell you who you are and they try to put you in a box and they try to make you feel like you're not enough. And I don't allow anyone to do that. So when I say that I think he was trying to humble me, we would have conversations and I'll be like, this ass getting fat, like it's almost on my
Right.
back.
Popping your shit because you've been working hard. Yeah. Yeah. I
And
feel
he's
that.
like, oh, you swear you got the biggest ass around.
Yeah. Not cool, sir. If anything, if you're interested, you better pop my shit with me and be like, yeah, I know this or something.
Like, baby girl, I see it. It's
I
working
see
out.
it. I see what you're working with.
I can't wait to get behind that. Like something like that. And it would just have these moments where like, what? Like, I don't understand. But then he also was dealing with past trauma that he thought he got over and didn't, and all these other things. And so I just feel like he was trying to humble me by not dating me, if that makes sense. To say, okay, she thinks she's all that. She thinks she can do this and that, but
Yeah.
it's one person that doesn't want to date her. That's one person that kind of, put her down or made her feel like, oh, okay, you can't have everybody you want. So I always played that in my mind. Like, is he trying to humble me? Because I would be bragging and he'll say the complete opposite. Like one day I wore a shirt and it said, pour into yourself, Black Queen. And he was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. They don't make that kind of stuff for men. It was just on sale at Target.
You're
Yes,
showing me why I need to pour into myself because you ain't pouring into me. And so it's telling me I need to get away from you and pour into myself because you over here being a hater.
so I just think he tried to humble me and he tried to make me feel like I didn't deserve certain things just by the things he would say. And then when I play it back now, I'm like, what was I even thinking? Because it
I've been
was
in a
like,
situation like that before too, where I dated somebody who was trying to humble me and they were jealous of me. And it's so weird to me because I feel like if you like somebody or interested, especially dating, and you like this person, why would you be jealous of this person? Like it's so
just
weird.
get
It's like
on your
you don't yeah, like you don't have to we don't have to date, like we don't have to talk, like if you're jealous of me. But he didn't understand why I had so much support of my family. And it was nasty work. And I was just like, yeah, you got to go, sir. You got to go.
Very much so, because I'm not in the season of being humbled. Because I don't think I should be humbled by anyone. Because when you pop your shit and you're proud of who you are, you're not dimming anyone else's light.
Right.
Like I said, the one thing I don't do is dim anyone else's light. Now, if that person doesn't think they're the shit, that's not on me. I know I am. And I've worked hard and I've been told I was the shit pretty much my entire life. So I'm not going to stop. Now, it's just going to keep increasing. And I just think people, when they do that, they're projecting. They don't know how to pop their own shit. So let me humble this person because I don't feel like I'm good enough or I don't feel like I'm him or I'm her. So let me try to dim their light. And I think that's kind of what he was trying to do. I don't think he was doing it intentionally. I just think he just had never met someone who was okay with popping their shit like I do, but still trying to still uplift him. Like I would tell him positive things or tell him this, and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm all right."
Yeah, he sounds like a negative, some type of negative energy that you don't want around you.
I'm glad I didn't.
And but yeah, but that humbling thing is very common. Like I've even experienced where guys think that's their way of flirting by humbling you, like off bat interaction. Like I had a guy tell me I had some big teeth, and I was like, "You got some big titties."
Wait, hold on. He told you you had some big teeth,
Yeah, he said I had
and
big
your
teeth.
response was,
You had some big titties.
"Did he? Or you were just being a
Yes,
jerk?"
no, he did. He did. And that's the thing. You're humbling somebody else, but you
Did he ask for your number after that?
no, it was on a dating app. It wasn't even in person. I looked at his pictures and I could tell he had titties.
You see how you got them together quick. Like, why even message someone to say that? What were you going to get out of that?
And that's the thing. Like he didn't even. It was like off because you know how it was on Hinge. You know how on I don't know if you've been on Hinge, but on Hinge you can like people have pictures and like they'll have like different like things that you can respond to or answer to. And his response was, "You have some big teeth."
But he
And I was
liked
just
it.
like,
In order to write it, it
"Yeah, you
sends a
had
lot.
yeah, yes, you spent the time doing that, only for you to get roasted right afterwards."
And then if he wasn't paying for that subscription, that was one like that he could have kept that he lost out on. What
That's why I said I don't get it. And then I was like, I wonder how many women he has like said stuff like that to and they caught the bait. Or has he just not clearly he's well, guys could be in relationships and still be on the dating apps, but I was gonna say clearly he's single still, so he's on the app still, but well, who knows? I don't know. Maybe he just wants to get on there to harass women. I don't know. But don't come for me
and
unless I sing for you.
one of the reason another reason why I don't let anyone try to humble me because I had that situation I told you about a couple
Mhm.
of years ago when I was with that guy and he called me a big girl and he don't date like all of this stuff. So for me, I'm never going to let someone try to project their insecurities on me.
Right.
And I think I hate to say this, but I think men do it a lot to women, especially black men to black women. I just think the way our culture and everything is set up, the last thing I'm going to do is put down a black man and make him feel like he's less than or make him feel like I'm trying to humble them. But for some reason, some of these men, they are okay with trying to humble black women. They are okay with trying to make us feel less than, but go then tell a whole nother person that's not even close to this baddie that they look fire. We're gonna
I
get
mean,
canceled if we talk about.
but I feel like these are definitely topics that we've been dealing with for some time. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
think we just
I
had the
don't really
conversation.
have an answer to because it's just like you're right. They want to humble us and make us and project whatever emotions towards us, but then go to someone else who's not in our race and make her feel like she's the baddest one and she might not be
And
the baddest.
it leads me to my next topic when it talks about does being lighter yield better results? And I think did we talk about that?
We did talk about it a little bit.
And I
We did.
think the reason why we talked about it was because I had saw this clip on Instagram and it was basically this chocolate woman was saying that she was dealing with this man and she was extremely confident. And his response to her one day was, you're confident like you're light skinned. And let's be clear, like let's be honest. Culturally, lighter complexion people tend to have pretty privilege. It doesn't matter how that lighter complexion person looks, they're automatically seen more attractive than a darker person. And that's
Yeah.
not to say that I'm making that shit up. That's just
That's in
natural.
history. It's the
Yeah,
privilege of
that's
yeah.
history. And I just think like be, women that are lighter, like you know, Brit, you
Ah!
be pick of the litter. You can, Brit. Brit just is tired of y'all dogs.
But I feel like I don't know. I don't feel like I'm getting traction like that. No.
That's
Maybe I
because you want to pop
I
that
do.
Kindle out in public.
Because people just be a waste of time. I'd be like, what are you talking? You see what happened? The guy talking about the big T. Like that was a waste of time. You wasted time. You could, like you
Did
said,
he
you could have
respond to that message after that?
no, because his feelings were hurt.
I bet. So I do think people that are lighter, and people are gonna hate me for saying this, I think they have better results in dating. And I don't mean that they're dating and then are getting married and things like that. I just think they have more opportunities, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. I think they're gonna get
It's
a
privilege.
little
Yeah,
bit,
it's
huh?
privilege. It's privilege. The
Yeah,
that whole
and it's like,
yeah.
and granted, I'm pretty, and I may have pretty privilege in some scenarios, but I'm not gonna have pretty like privilege, if that makes sense.
No, I know where you're going with it. Yeah.
And I've seen situations where you're like, oh, okay. And then, but what I don't like is when, like, the guy told that lady that comment, like, your confidence is like your light skin. What does her confidence have to do with anything? Like, you literally tried to break her down because she was darker. What does darker have to do with anything? Like, your confidence should be high, whether you're light, medium, dark, or whatever the
Right.
case.
And it's
And I
yeah, I don't even know what that means. Your confidence is like a light skinned woman. What is that? What does that entail? Like what is I don't understand why he even said that. And that's what I'm saying. Like some guys just shut their mouths and not say anything at
But
all.
I'm glad they're
Because
not shutting their mouth
that's
because
just
now you
I remember I remember a guy telling my friend who is dark skinned that he typically dates lighter skinned women, but then he proceeds to date her. And I'm like,
what did he think she was going to get lighter as they dated?
I guess so. I guess so. And I understand. I understand preference, but I don't like when you have to put down one
To uplift the other.
to uplift the other. I don't like that. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. A lot of the light skins they pick be the typical light skin curly hair and not that.
Very
That
basic.
yeah, very basic in my opinion. I always say that my mom's dark skin, so I didn't grow up with like I understood the privilege of light skin, but
Right.
I didn't wear it as oh I'm better than because of that, if that makes sense. I didn't walk
Like,
around with
I knew this guy, and that was his one of his sticking points was like lighter women are gonna always have their pick of the litter. Like, they're gonna always be able to pick and choose who they're with versus dark girl. And his one example all the time was Karuchi Tran. And I'm like, no
well
disrespect
then
to anyone, but she's mixed.
I
Like,
was gonna say yes, that goes into mix, and then she's also mixed with Asian, which she's from LA, and that's like as we know the whole Asian
Blasians.
the Malaysian situation out here in LA. So, and I feel like I've witnessed a lot of guys gravitate towards the Blasian situation, especially LA men. I can't speak for all of them, but some of them that I've witnessed. Um, but I feel like that's different. Like that's like a mixed light skinned girl. It's very
Right.
that privilege is different than
And are these Blasians really all that? Or it's just a fad that everybody wants to hop on?
I mean, I'm not gonna. They're in my opinion, they're beautiful, but I feel like it comes down to what is people's preferences. But like I said, you can't put down, you shouldn't put down one group to uplift another. Like you shouldn't say, oh well, you're like I used to hate when people say this. You're pretty for a dark skinned girl.
They still do.
I hate that. I hate that. Because what does that mean? You're pretty for a dark skinned girl? Because you never hear somebody say, you're pretty for a light skinned girl.
Yeah, because I'm so if I wasn't dark, will I not still be pretty?
I'm just like, it
So if I
doesn't,
was white, I wouldn't be pretty?
it just doesn't make any sense. That's why I be like, when people say stuff, I just be like, just shut your mouth.
Just could have kept
Educate
that to
yourself.
just
Educate
could
yourself.
have kept this down. So that's why yeah. So I'll be my shit. I love that. I love that part of me. But so if you get into a relationship, let's ask a relationship question.
Oh, Lord.
If you get into a relationship, is them still living at home with their parents a red flag?
Mm.
These voices are really working.
um, yes and no. I'm gonna go with both, and I'm gonna
Be
explain.
careful, Britt. It's gonna be people watching this. Be careful.
Yes and no. I feel like it depends on the circumstance. Like for a man, let's say he lives at home with his mother and they have a house, but he is paying for the mortgage or whatever, and he's helping his mom out, and that's not a problem. And he has a goal and set in mind. So yeah, but I also feel like it depends because we live in LA. So and then it also goes down to, so if let's say he doesn't live with his parents, are you okay with him having a roommate? Because what's worse, a roommate or living at home with your parents?
Oh, you asking me?
Yes, I
Um,
am.
5 years ago, I wouldn't have appreciated either one of them because my mindset was a little bit different.
Yeah,
Now that I'm a little older, I think I don't have an issue with either one of them, especially because we live in LA. It's not like we live in
yeah. That's why
ATL.
I said, you do
It's
live in
not
LA.
like we live in like Nevada and Dakota, those
Somewhere
places
in the
that
middle
no.
of nowhere. Yeah,
But so for me, like it's just hard these days. Like you literally have to make 120, $130,000 a year to be able to live by yourself comfortably. Now, you can be paying rent and struggling and your house poor and those different things like that. But like I just it used to be a red flag for me. But since I moved back in with my mom, which I love my mom dearly. Remember I was talking about moving and I'm like, I mounted a TV and shit, got a new dresser, put some curtains up, like I'm chilling. But it's just I guess it just depends on the situation and the dynamics of what that got going on. So
yeah, and I think
my
it
mom.
also, like you said, it does depend on the situation and dynamics, because it's also, is he on his shit? Like, is he just up in his parents' house not doing nothing with his life? Like, it's so many levels to it.
Right. And I think sometimes people can just be handicapped by living with a parent or things like that, that they don't have any ambition, they don't have any goals or anything. It's like, you know what, I'm comfortable here, I'm chilling, I ain't gotta do much. Now that's a
Right.
different story. Now someone who is working consistently every day, they're managing their bills or their life and things like that, I think you can be more open to somebody living at home with their parents versus somebody being a leech. Because I know men right now that live with their parents, but they pay nothing. Let's not paying nothing. If you can get away with paying
Well,
nothing,
and that's another thing. Are you paying off like your bills? Because I mean, a lot of people will always say like
they're
nothing,
doing.
like having no money, no ambition to eventually get their own place, or because there's always been this conversation around like black culture and black families where they be like, oh, I can't wait till my kids turn 18 to get them out the house. Where they said they didn't really set us up for generational wealth, and having understanding of not having to struggle,
Right.
where a lot of people now are trying to change that narrative, where they're like, I want you to stay as long at home as long as possible, but I want you to save your money and start something for yourself and to pay off whatever you need to pay off. Like, I live at home too, but I have student loans that I'm paying off because, as we know, this man in office messed up everything for everybody.
The
So,
devil.
and I went to USC, and USC is not a cheap school. So,
Where you went?
huh?
Where you went? Where you went?
USC,
At USC, and what you get?
my master's from there. So that was a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And I don't regret it at all because that was something that I always wanted to do. So, I mean, I have goals. I want to pay off things. So that's my focus.
And see, for me, I'm not paying student loan shit. Told y'all,
girl.
Britt a good
God
person. Told y'all, Britt's a
God
good
bless.
person. Britt is
God
her. But no, I don't see it as a red flag. Will I date someone who lives at home with their parents or a roommate? Yeah, if they have their own sense of space, they have their own things going on. Like me living at home with my mom allows for me to get
bless.
it's opened up a
Girl,
lot.
if I was to move, Robin will be calling me every day. Like,
Girl, 10 times a day
'cause
you'll be having
I'm an only
something.
child. I'm an only child, so my family's like, "Oh, well, why do you got to move so far away? Why do you want to go out there? You know, you could just stay here." And it's like, no, I don't want to stay here. Even my grandmother, and that's another reason why I think I've stayed for as long as I have, because I wanted to be near my mom and my grandmother, because these are experiences that I won't ever be able to get back once they're, gone in the future. Like, I hate to
Right.
be morbid or say those things, but these are all things that I won't be able to get back. Time I
Right.
won't be able to get back. So I'm enjoying every bit of it, especially after my grandfather passed. So I've been spending more time with my grandmother to make sure she's good and not feeling lonely. And she lives down the street from me, so that's convenient. And rent is cheap. Like, I'm not complaining. It's
And
cheap.
then but I wonder, because we think this away about men and living at home. I wonder, are men okay with dating someone that lives at home with their parents? I think
I
they
dated
are.
someone who
I
did
think
not. I dated someone who was not okay with it and had a problem with it, but yet he was living with roommates. And then I later on learned that he couldn't stay in a room with his mom no longer than 10 minutes without arguing. I was like, oh yeah, this is toxic already. And mind you, this was during the pandemic too, so
this is
everybody,
the one that tried to humble you, right?
yeah.
And we already know he's a fucking loser. But I think men are more accepting of certain things. Like my mom used to always say, like a man will pick a woman up from a bus stop, and a woman would drive would drive right. And I swear when
No,
I
it's
see
true, but you know what's funny that you bring that up, because I remember my aunt used to always say, we both can't be on this bus. Somebody got to have a car, and it got to be you.
at least one. The only thing I will say when you do live at home, it's like your privacy is definitely limited. But because I don't have an active social or dating life, it doesn't bother me right now. But I do have the thoughts of if I do get into a relationship, how would that work? And
That's a
I
good
would prefer
question.
him just to have a penthouse that I can go hang out at. How about that?
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
feel
like
that.
just have a place. But then I can't require that because I don't have that. But it's not, let me be clear. It's not like I can't go get a place. I can go live on my own. Like,
Right.
and I think that's kind of the difference. I just, it's easier at my mom's. I adore my mom. Me and my mom have a really great relationship. She's not nagging me. She's not forcing me to do anything. Like it's a great setup. It's a great situation. And the only reason why I would ever move just for right now would be to just have my own privacy. But how often am I going to need that privacy?
Yeah.
But
No, I feel that.
I don't know. That's a tough one because the red flags come up. And all right, I got another question.
Okay.
Hey,
Go ahead. Ask it.
Britt, what are your non-negotiables when dating?
Oh my God. Well, I'm not dating, so I need to revamp my non-negotiables.
If you were to meet someone,
He has to have a job. That's non-negotiable.
what
I just
kind
feel
of
like
job?
a man, I
Yes,
feel like a man
remember,
that does not have money for himself is not a happy man, and it's just going to be a miserable dating time.
I can say that because the men I've dated that didn't have money or was like figuring it out or trying, it always caused issues. It
Yeah.
always did.
And I was told by like men, like friend, like homeboys and like family members, male family members, that don't ever date a man without money, because, and let's define money, because I feel like everybody think that we need somebody that's
Remember,
dropped.
we just had this conversation
Yes,
at that party on
we
Monday
did. And what I mean
about
by that is like a work, like you are working and you have money for yourself and to live and all those type of things, and to go out on dates and do all those type of things. I'm not saying you have to be a billionaire.
so there's
I
no
mean, if
tax
you are,
bracket
I'm not stopping you. If you
so
are,
there's no tax bracket that they have to be in. Levels.
I know that's what I'm saying. There is levels.
Chili's.
Or should we say generous man?
They
Because we also talked about that too. Because when somebody had mentioned, a baller, and we were like, no, 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 no. We're not saying he has to be a baller. Like someone who works and wants to provide, and
right.
a generous man.
Because you can have money and not be generous with it, and you can have the bare minimum and give it your all. I've had
Absolutely.
both situations. So it's and I find that the people with more money tend to be stingier.
Really? Well,
Yeah,
then you're dealing with somebody that's stingy with their money. They're not a
very much.
generous man.
No, not
I don't know,
generous at all.
like, it messes with your abundance when you date somebody that is stingy with their money or don't want to spend money.
Because guess what I'm going to be stingy with?
As you should, queen. As you should. As you
I'm
should.
going to be stingy with the cat if you're going to be stingy. If you are going to be stingy, just period. And let's not even like limit it to money. If you're going to be stingy with your time, if you're going to be stingy
Yes.
with, you
Yes.
know, things like that, like time, I think is so important. And then that conversation came up too, and they were saying that they
If
would
he's
prefer.
making money, then he's not going to have the time. I remember we were
There's
talking
no
about this.
way legally you can make money and have time. Like you cannot work 60 to
I'm
80
not going
hours.
to say there's no way. I just think that we haven't came across that person. I'm not going to say there's no way.
It is extremely difficult. And you see this with people that are in sports, CEOs at companies, like their time is very limited.
But you
And
also
how do
make
you have a
time for what
successful
you want to make time
relationship?
for. You
If
also
there are
make time for what
24
you
hours,
want
look,
time for.
if there's 24 hours in a day, you're going to sleep between 6 and 8 of those, right? So let's just say 8. You're down to what,
Okay.
16 hours? You're
Mm-hmm.
going to work 8 to 12 hours. So let's just say 12. So now you're down to 4
Do you feel
hours.
like you need to see your person all day long? Like y'all have to have time together all day long, every day?
No, I hate people, Britt. Get out of my
Girl, I
face.
was asking because the way you were saying it, I'm like, girl, I get
I'm
tired of
just
people
saying
real
it,
quick.
it doesn't
I be
leave
like,
a
people got a 3-day limit with me. A lot of times I don't even know how I
push
survive it.
and that's it.
And it has to have breaks in between. Like I'm an only child. I feel like I be needing my time. I need my quiet time. I need my time to myself, because
Yeah,
all that
Kendall.
talking and it'd just be too much for me sometimes. Would you say?
I said that Kendall time.
My Kindle time? Absolutely. Sometimes I want to read a book. But I also feel like when you're in a relationship, you it's just spending quality time. Could be y'all just sitting together. Y'all don't have to like have conversation. You guys are just in the room doing whatever. Somebody's on their phone, somebody on their Kindle, or watching TV, whatever. Like you don't have to necessarily be out all the time and doing stuff together. Now, I do want to be taken out. Yes, we're not gonna let that die down at all. But
Because I was about to say, hold on. But also, when I think about that, so would you live with someone that you're dating or you're in a relationship with?
so I've been going back and forth with that, because I've also talked about people living separate but they're together. Your face. I mean, and I always feel like it might change my mind. I'm still kind of, that's just, I wrote that down. That's an idea. It's not something that I for sure have said I wanted to do. But the idea of it kind of sounds nice because I'm like, there's times where I just want to be to myself and not have to live with it. Living with a man is not all that what is cracked up to be.
So, so if you were to get married, you want to live separately?
Or we have our separate places in the house. A bridge that connects the houses.
Okay.
I mean, everybody do what works for them. I mean, like I said, these are just ideas that I've had thought about. I have not
Oh,
officially
Britt,
decided this is
that
what
totally
I'm gonna do.
surprised me. It really did.
Really?
You give me my man, my man, my man.
I mean, yeah, I could do that, but also my space, my space, my space. Because what if we live very differently? Because you guys didn't grow up together. You guys are now moving in. You have to merge your lives together. What if he's like not as clean as you are? And
Should
as
you
far
have
as
married that person then?
what I'm saying is like, what I mean by clean, I mean like you're doing all of the house chores, so to speak, and you have this extra person that you're cleaning up after.
So should you have married that person then?
People do it all the time.
Interesting. Britt, do you want to be married?
Huh?
Do you want to be married?
Yeah, I do. Do you want to be married? Why does it feel like I feel like this has turned into a dating show about me? We need to flip it on you because you are at. I'm not y'all. I'm not dating. I'm not dating. This is not my dating season.
Britt,
This is Dom's dating
I'm just
season.
keeping, I had topics.
No, I get it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But now I
And
want to hear your answer. What is your non? Because I know you probably wrote them down. What's your non-negotiables?
hold on, let me go to my notes section. Hold on.
There you go.
I used to have them written down, but that was so long ago. Let me see. Oh, I still got them. They have to be, if they are not spiritual, that's
Okay.
out. Like I'm not saying you have to be a Christian, Catholic, whatever.
So would
But
you say more of like a relationship with God?
yes, that's
Okay.
important. That is
Yes.
so important. And this, I might get a little backlash for saying this, but I would not date a Muslim man.
That's fair. I mean, that's fair because if you have to ask yourself questions as far as like if you're dating someone that doesn't share the same religion as you, so to speak, would you be willing to convert to that? Because let's say he's Jewish, or let's say you're open to
No,
Judaism.
that means he's white.
No, there's black people that are Jewish.
I have yet to meet a black Jew.
Really?
Yeah.
I met I met quite a few black Jewish people.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like I I'm tapped into my spiritual side. I may not go to church every Sunday, but I'm tapped into that. So I would prefer to align with someone that's kind of tapped in a
So yeah,
similar
that's why I was saying like a relationship with God because sometimes because I remember so my grandmother has well she passed away, but she had a friend, her and her husband were different. They believed in God but different religion. So her husband was Jehovah Witness and she was Kojic, so Church of God in Christ.
Mhm.
Very different. And I to this day I don't know how they did it, but he loved that woman down. down.
Did they
And
celebrate Christmas?
he didn't celebrate any. I don't even think, I have to ask my mom, but I don't even think he went to his daughter's, I don't know if he went to his daughter's wedding or not, because the belief system is different, so they don't attend certain, I have to confirm with my mom, but yeah, it's very different. It's very different. So sometimes I can make or break your relationship, but it worked for them. Like, she went to church every Sunday. She was involved in all the church events, and she would come without her husband.
I mean, I guess they had an understanding, and I think love in that situation was like, okay, you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe,
Understanding
and
and respect for what their beliefs were. Like,
right,
they, and that comes down to, honest conversation. Like, what are you okay with? What are you not okay with? This is my beliefs, and I'm not changing that. Are you comfortable with that?
right. No, I can see that. I can see having that conversation and be like, well, I'm okay with you doing this as long as you're okay with me doing this, but we still come together and we're still good. I can see that happening. These non-negotiables is from 2021. Damn, we're still in COVID. I have respectful. Respect is a huge one for me. I've developed the idea that if he does not have a good relationship with a mother, a grandmother, a auntie, a sister, any type of woman of importance to him, then he's not going to be respectful. And I've
Okay.
found that a few guys that I've dated that had terrible relationships with their mothers or sisters or whatever just were just terrible. Like they couldn't fathom the idea of respecting someone. I feel like if you can't respect the person you came out of, you may not
You're not gonna
agree
respect
with
me.
them. Yeah,
Yeah,
like you I also have an issue when men don't respect their child's mother. Like
that.
I feel like at the end of the day, no matter whether it worked or not, that child is still with that mother majority of the time. The situation might not be great, but at least you can try to be respectful. Now, with the Brittany Reiner and that boy, that's that I get that because if I was the wife, it probably would have went a little different than that. But I just think like respecting women is a huge factor for me because if you do not respect women,
You're not gonna
and it
respect me.
leads to yeah, you're not going to respect me, and then it can lead to emotional abuse, it can lead to physical abuse. And one thing you got to know about my family, Brit, is that they can pull up.
No, I know. I've seen them in action. Like, I can see that happening.
And I
So
was at
I
the
mean,
club.
yeah. And I was at the club. That wasn't even out
So
in the
me
wild.
calling my brother like, hey, he put his hands, that's not going to end well for anyone.
Right.
So I kind of pay attention to that, and I'm like big on men that are just gentlemen, like very respectful. I'm not saying you have to open doors and put your jacket over a puddle of water. Like I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like genuinely respect women. Like I and not hate them. Like I want a man that's not gonna hate me, that's gonna respect me and adore me. And I just think sometimes in our today's world, respect is a lost art, shall I say? Because a lot of people don't care. Like I can talk to you any kind of way, and but you still gonna deal with me, and it's like no, I'm not.
At
So
all.
respect is a good one. I also have
My old list of
you have a
non-negotiable.
list too? Ooh.
I went in therapy. So I went through like a really depressing time after dealing with a guy who was trying to humble me. And it made me like question myself, like if I'm enough for any of those things. And I wrote down a list of like what I want in a man and, non-negotiables. Like those were things that I discussed in therapy. And I'm trying to see if I can find it because it was a couple of years ago. But I can tell you, like, one of the things I agree with respect. That's always been that's actually one of my top things in when it comes to like a relationship with me. Like, you have to respect me. And honesty. I cannot stand liars. If I catch you on one lie, I be thinking, what else are you lying about?
But a white lie or
Sometimes those white lies get bigger.
they turn
I'm
dark?
telling you, I've seen it happen. I was like, that white lie just turned into something bigger. It turned into a real lie. Um, because a lot of times I feel like I know they feel like they're protecting your feelings by lying, but I prefer for you to be honest with me and be
Right.
upfront about things and let me decide if that's something that I'm cool with or I'm okay with. Um, just like how we was talking about, like guys say, I don't want to date, but then they turn around and date you like that. And it makes it confusing. It's like, just be real. I would have said, I've been through some things when it came to dating. I want to date you. So give
Right.
me patience. And, this is what I'm going to offer you for now. And, I just want to see where it goes, but please have patience with me. That was one of the things that my therapist actually told me to say when I date guys. Like, I have a hard time trusting. And I've been so independent that sometimes it's hard for me to let a man come in and kind of do things for me because I'm used to doing it myself and getting it done.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to say, like, it's not that I don't want you to do it. It's just that, in the past, I've experienced some things that have happened to me that, I lost trust. And please have patience with me. This is something that I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
And I am actively working on it. Like, I I do small things. Like I remember I'm so used to just like, let's say for instance, like I went to go put air in my tires and a guy saw me and asked me if I need help. Now the old me would have said, no, I'm good, I got it. Because in my mind, I'm like, you offering me help means you want something from me.
Did
So
he?
in the past, I would have been like, no, 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 I'm good, I got it. But this time I was like, you know what? Yeah, I do need help. And it was a
Yeah.
pleasant exchange. Like he didn't ask me for anything else. Like he just helped me put air in my tires and told me to have a great day, and that was it.
But I mounted my own TV, so they better come correct.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you're so used to doing things on your own, and like even things you don't know how to do. Like I remember my old car, I had a Honda Accord. The tail light, the brake light went out, and it wasn't that my brakes were out. It was just the light, so I had to change the light bulb. I had a man
Uh-huh.
in the car with me and at I stopped at one of those auto places and got like a light bulb to change it. And this man literally watched me struggle trying to figure out how I could change it. And he was saying like, "Oh, well, I used to know how to do things like." I was like, "Well, if you did, then you'd be helpful." And so
Right.
I ended up getting frustrated because I couldn't figure it out. So you know who I went to? My best friend, and he's gay. And he sat up there and he changed my light bulb in less than 10 minutes. Popped the thing out because I was like, I don't even know. And he was like, Britt, it's right here. And he showed me, so I know how to do it next time, but I don't have that car anymore. But
Right.
he popped out and he changed it for me in less than 10 minutes.
And that man could have helped.
And that man could have helped. He could have been, while I was trying to figure out, he could have been on YouTube trying to figure it out too, to be helpful. Another time I got a flat tire and I was pulling up to an event. 3 men changed my tire for me.
Did any of them ask you out?
No, I didn't want to date them. But it was the fact that they were helpful and it wasn't like any weird vibes with it afterwards. Like they were so cool. They were like, "Yeah, we'll change it for you." Because I was like, "Man, I'll call AAA." They were like, "No, we'll change it for you. It's not a big deal."
I love that. Like,
So my
my
trust is slowly coming back. I'm slowly a little bit. But if there's something that you do that makes me not trust you, I'll be like, if it's a trigger, I have to address it. And then I'll be like, I'm working on it. I don't know if that's what you meant and if you were lying, but it made me feel some type of way.
is that like that with your friendships or just with men?
I haven't really ran into that issues with my friends, to be honest.
Mhm. You make me
Because
want more
I
friends.
told you I run a tight ship over here. I got a small group of friends. Like, and when I mean
Appropriate.
that, a lot of my friends I've known for like 20 years, over 10 years, like anybody that you hear me mention, it's at least a 10-year friendship or more.
So I'm the newie.
Yeah. You and Brittany, I met Brittany in 2023.
Oh, okay. You know what my family said? You know my cousin Travis said,
What
my
did he
only
say? Oh, your only friend. And I was like, no, she has two. She has two friends.
I
You
do.
got Brittany now.
No, and then I have my best friend Ashley.
Yes, which I still haven't met Ashley. Yes.
Yeah, like I have friends. And he's like, yeah, okay. I swear for my
He
birthday.
said, now you're pushing it. Because I said three. I was like, well, she has three friends. He said, now you're pushing it.
It's funny because he was like, did you pay these people to come to your birthday party? No.
And, I
Like
mean, going to a birthday party, when you said you didn't have friends, going to that birthday party, you would have fooled me because you had all them people there.
those were coworkers and family.
You're literally the only
No, but
person
some people
you know
did
that
show up.
invite
But
people
I invited, but I didn't think they, were gonna
would
come.
come up.
But
So that means they
let's
like you.
let's be clear. I'm a very nice person. No matter what land your podcast say. I'm a very nice person. Am I friendly?
Now define friendly because you do speak to people.
Do I?
Define friendly.
When have you seen me speak
When
to
you say
people?
that you're not friendly, what do you mean you're not friendly?
Like I'm not gonna just spark up a conversation with anyone.
Well, I don't spark up conversations with people either.
Like
I
if somebody speak to me and I'm not in a good mood, I'm be like, what?
I'm not a small talk person. You know how there's people who can walk up and just like spark random conversations and blah 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 blah. I've never been a small talk person.
But at work, I'm extremely friendly. I'm very
That's what she's trying to get them
personable.
sales. Y'all, she was trying to get me to get a space. Talk about some. Well, since you work from home,
Yes.
you need a space to.
Great. I can get you a nice little rate at any of our
Girl, bye.
once you're number one in sales for city managers in all of North America, it just comes natural, Did I mention number one?
Girl, we jumping all over the place. We went from non-negotiables back to work and friendships. Lord have mercy.
That's what a podcast is. There
I know,
none of
very true. Like it's a casual conversation, and I like that. It's like a chat.
yeah, nothing is you got another question to ask me?
Well, we were still going through the non-negotiables, so I already
Um
knew. I
the
said,
patient one, I like that one. I also have to have someone that is driven and motivated in the way that allows for me to soar to my next level. And the reason why that's important to me is because I get bored very easily and I get bored like I'm no longer challenged at times.
mm,
Like especially with anything I've ever done in my career, like I literally mastered the position in like 6 months. And
yeah,
once I do that, it's nothing else for me to accomplish. There's no other job or promotion I may want. So I get very, very bored very easily. So you have to consistently be driven and motivated because it prompts me to kick into another gear and
hmm
makes me want to be better and go higher. Now, if I feel like you're stagnant or you're complacent at whatever level you're at that works for you, that's fine, but you're not going to have my attention that long.
okay, that's fair. Um, I would say for me, I want somebody who's ambitious for sure, and also I want somebody who, because one of my love languages is I know people always limit themselves to just a certain number of love languages. I always say I have all of them. Like I love all of them. Gift giving, everything. I'm not going to limit myself. but I can tell you what my top ones are, which is words of affirmation. So I want you to pour in me because I feel like I constantly pour in other people. And when I'm in a relationship, I pour into my person and I want that to be reciprocated.
Okay. I can see words of affirmation being yours.
Yeah, I'm always motivating people. Don't I motivate you in our workout classes? And I'll be like, look at you, Tikiana. All right.
Yeah. You see that wave?
You saw Kayla the other day. Kayla was like, "How I look, Britt?" I said, "Oh, I'm not looking, girl. Let me look." I said, "Dang, girl, look at the artwork." What? On Monday when we were working out at the 8 a.m. class, she was
Oh, with
when
the
we
drink.
yes,
Yeah.
with a lot with this. I think hers is they call them sister locks. Yeah, I know, girl.
Um,
I'm educating you.
the words of affirmation. But like honestly, you're kind of easy to kind of pour into because you're just so I didn't think I wanted friends at this age. And I just think when I hang out with you, when I talk to you, we I wouldn't say we agree on everything, but I'm also always willing to see what your thought process is on it because it kind of makes me say, "Oh, well, okay, I can see
Right.
it."
And
So
that
I
goes for me too. Like at first I was like, what do you mean you don't like women? But then it's like I understand too, because yeah, there is experiences where women are catty. Now to say if that's all the experience, for me, I haven't experienced that. But I've been blessed to be around very, very supportive women from my friends, from the women in my family. So I haven't experienced and typically I don't know, I don't pay attention to a lot of negativity. Like I feel like I it's like a sick feeling to me being around negativity all the time. Like that's why even if I don't feel my best, I self isolate. Like I stay home. I don't want to be out with that type of negative mentality. Until I get to a place of I process whatever I needed to process and I am healing from whatever I need to heal from. And I just don't like negative energy. I don't like when people come in and say negative things about someone just because, or just be messy just because I'm just like, you don't really know what people are going through and what they're dealing with outside of what you just see face to face. And people could be going through their hardest time of their life and you just don't even know it.
right. That's true. I'm gonna be nicer. I'm gonna be more friendly.
Now I'm saying, now if somebody come at you crazy, that's a different story. That's a
You
different
know,
story.
because you know.
Because I think people take it as you have to, be super nice to everyone, blah blah blah. And it's like, yes, I don't want to put out negative energy just because somebody put it to me. So I'm gonna cancel it by just being myself, or and I'm gonna be like, that's that person and their nasty energy. I'm not gonna spread that energy or give it back. Or what do people say? Give you the same energy that you give me. I don't believe in that. Because
You're
I
not
feel
gonna
like,
be somebody's young.
huh? Yeah, I'm not gonna yuck nobody's yum at all. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But
Asking out.
I don't know. I just think that I've been through so much in life, and life is too short for me to carry on negativity or entertain negativity.
That makes sense. So I've kept you almost 2 hours. We're gonna do some rapid fire. I need you gotta come
Okay. Okay.
on. Your word for the rest of the year.
Ooh, and what's crazy? I usually have one every year. Like one year, I think last year, no, 2023 was patient. Um, I feel like mine this season or the rest of the year is transformation, because I'm currently going through transformation. I'm going through a heavy spiritual transformation. I'm about to go through a physical transformation, so I feel like that's been my word for my season, transformation.
Mine's is separations.
Okay.
I think it's time for me to separate from who Dominique was at the beginning of this year and at the end of last year and move forward until the person that I'm turning into. I think I've held on to previous domo a little bit longer than I should have because it was
Mm,
fun there. It was easy there. I knew how to navigate those waters, but I need to separate from that so that I can grow into what I'm supposed to be and what I'm
the
supposed to
best
be doing.
version of yourself. Yep.
Yes.
I love
Favorite
that.
day of the week.
My favorite day of the week, Sunday. I love Sunday. Sunday is my favorite day. Sunday is renewal because you're starting a whole new week fresh. And it's just something about Sundays that are so chill that I feel like I get so much done within that day. So I love Sundays. Now, do I like the fact that I go to work the following day? No, but Sundays is my favorite day.
I can see Sunday. I would agree. I like Sundays. I like Mondays too. People hate Mondays. I like Mondays. I think Monday sets the tone for my entire week. So I like Mondays. I'm probably the happiest on a Monday. I hate Fridays.
Really?
The reason why is because what I'm going to do for 2 days.
Really? After you just had a whole outside weekend, the previous weekend? Girl, you can find
What
something to do. That's the
if I
thing. Like,
could
I
do
feel
that
like,
during the week? No, Fridays because you have to be. You're forced to do things. Like there's like with me, I'm very supportive of my little cousins and their activities. So they have a lot of things going on. It's Fridays, it's Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, family dinners on. It's just so many things that you. No, I'm okay.
okay,
Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Christmas. Love Christmas. Love
No
Christmas.
Thanksgiving. No.
No, Thanksgiving
'Cause-
is not really my like I like Thanksgiving food, but I feel like Christmas, I love the Christmas feel. I love the gifts and the gifts giving, the decorations, the movies, like Christmas over Thanksgiving for me.
yeah,
I
because
said
Christmas.
Halloween, so I would have probably said Halloween, but
What?
I said I see you didn't include Halloween in that mix of like holidays.
Oh no, no,
You
no.
know,
I'm not a fan of Halloween. No,
I love
I
horror stuff, so that's like my thing too.
the scariest movie I want to see was Sinners. That was it. Like I don't want to like, and that probably wasn't even scary. But I don't like the dressing up. I don't like any of that. I get into it for my niece, but
Mhm.
it's not. I'm not a huge Halloween fan.
Christmas and Halloween are my two.
I would say Christmas for me. Christmas and my birthday, of course.
Okay, okay. I
Um,
consider your birthday like a holiday for sure because as you did a. I remember I was asking, "What are you gonna do for your birthday?" He's like, "I'm not gonna do nothing." And then you
and
turn
then
around,
I
and was like, "Oh, I'm doing a birthday party. Come through."
love birthdays. I love celebrating people's birthdays. The people I like. We've already established the people I like. Um, summer or fall.
Ooh, that's. I like summer because I feel like there's so much to do in the summer, but I also like fall because I like to be in the. But our weather is so different now. Like it's hot. We're about to go into fall and it feels like summer. We're in a heat wave.
Right.
Um, I would say I like summer if I'm going to the beach or the island or something.
Okay.
Uh I like fall for being in the house wrapped up watching movies, drinking hot cocoa or drinking pumpkin spice lattes. That's my thing too.
Running or strength training.
Oh. I think I still like running more. I'm still
Running.
learning to love strength training.
I can't tell. You be kicking ass in there. Go with I'm gonna
I
say
because I
peace.
had I
Um,
created a goals list of a fitness
I'm at
goals for
peace with a
myself,
lot of things. I
and I
think
said I wanted to
outside
learn
really
how to
put
lift
me
weights
back to where I
because
needed
I
to
just felt
be
like I was
versus,
not I
focusing
that's
on
why
things I want to
the gym in
do.
me didn't work
Like
out
I
because
just
I would be
think
like,
it all
"Oh, I'm going to
came
get up here and play
together
with these
for
people's
me,
gym."
whether
Like I
I
need structure.
enjoyed
So
it
that's why I have a
or
trainer because
felt
she
some kind
builds
of way
structure
about
for
it.
me
I
and then
felt
she
like
challenges me because
taking that
even when I
time
do pick
off of
a
work
lighter
last week
weight,
really
she's going to
helped me
switch it
get
out
back into
with a
that
heavier weight
peaceful
when my head is
mindset.
turned. And
And
then
I
next
just
thing I'm
want
like,
to really,
Vontae,
really
why
finish
does
the
this weight feel a little
year
heavier? I look it
just
down.
being
I
at
went from a
peace.
15 to now I'm at a
And
20. The next thing you know, I'm at a 20 to 25. So love you, Nina. Right. Tall. I'm 5'7", 5'7.5".
And
But
I see
that's not
that.
even
And you
considered
bring
tall
so much
anymore.
happiness and peace to
Huh?
others. I'm so grateful and so thankful. I got
Okay. I'm gonna say tall
I'm
because
so
I dated someone
thankful
short
for who
and
you are. This will
it was
not
not
be the
it.
last time we talk on this podcast. We might do it again next week. But I just want to say that I appreciate you. You put up with my craziness. You're such an inspiration. Right.
A 5-letter
That
word
shit,
that
man. But like you're so inspiring, you're so motivating, you're
happy.
helpful, your spirit is just so amazing.
Feel
Like
good. I feel
you
happy.
can navigate any situation. You're like a fucking, what do they call it, a chameleon or whatever the fuck that is. Yeah, like you
That's a
blend
good
in with my family. My family is not easy to blend in with, but we are amazing, loving family. My family is so important to me. So if people can't get along with my family, they can't get along with me. So I appreciate you and I'm so thankful for our friendship. I didn't think I needed a friend at this age. I didn't think so.
piece. Well, since you elaborated on your word more, I'm gonna elaborate on my word more. So I picked happy, not
Cause you know,
because
Britt,
it's
I've
just
been
a
teaching you how to
5-letter
pop
word,
your
but
shit.
I feel
Like
like I'm at a place where I'm
pop
not
your
looking
shit.
for
And
happiness
don't
as
be
far as like
popping up
I'm
at
not
my
trying
family
to
shit
search it from
without
other
me.
people or other things. Like I'm have happiness
Huh?
from within myself. So
Oh,
that's why I say happy. Because I feel like no matter what has
said
been
I'm
thrown at
nice.
me,
I'm
like
just
yes, I can
not.
have stressful days. I'm still happy.
You are because I'm like, oh, she was so nice.
Oh,
I could
I love
never.
that. You are my fiery energy. I love it, Dom.
But that's why we balance each other out. It works, you know. So I'm so thankful that you spent damn near 2 hours with me talking. This was
Appreciate
actually
you.
really fun. I honestly was
Of course. Who else would do it? Your only friend has to do it.
if they say they moisturize
Bye.
everything, they're fucking lying because I literally just start. I know y'all not moisturizing y'all ass. Stop that shit.
A
Y'all know that.
chameleon.
That is a waste of lotion, especially if you put on jeans right after. That's crazy. Like crazy. Like, I'm gonna clip this just
I
for
love your
that
family.
question, and I'm going
I love your
to
family.
know y'all are not moisturizing and putting lotion on your ass. I can know that. Like, stop. And if you are, send me the video so I can confirm.
Aww. And maybe
Elaborate.
that's why we connected, because this is our
We
season of
finally did
friendship
it, Britt.
together.
Let's
There's
hope we
something
don't
that
get
you're going to
canceled.
bring for me this season that
Bye,
I'll need,
friend.
and there's going to be something I bring to you in this season that you will need. Yeah, yeah. And I'm teaching you a little nice, a little nice. I'm teaching you to be a little nice. You, same difference. I'm teaching you to be a little friendly, a little bit. Yeah, and then I'm going to end with this question. When you guys moisturize, do you moisturize your backside or do you skip over your backside and your feet? And that's only That's that concludes. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I moisturize everything. I feel like you need to moisturize. Oh my lord. Okay, y'all. Thank you guys. Thank you. We did. Bye.